Welcome to Price for Profit. My name is Viljoen, and I would like to tell you a little bit about the Price for Profit program and where it started. In 1991, my wife Jackie started doing dressmaking as a career, and we had a lot of arguments about pricing and what you should charge and why. Coming from a financial background, being a management accountant at that stage, it was a big problem for me to figure out why the ladies in the dressmaking industry and nowadays in the embroidery industry charge prices that does not make sense. So with that, I've basically gone and created a software program which is called Price for Profit and the P4 calculator, and put those together that's to serve the specific industry named the dressmaking industry, the embroidery industry, as well as the digitizing industry. And at this stage we're working on a new module that will be available shortly for the quilting industry. So let me just take you through some of the processes and show you what the actual program can do. The Price for Profit calculator asks 9 questions, and based on that 9 questions it can create a program for you, a price for you, a pricing structure that you can use for your specific need. This Price for Profit calculator also would assist anybody in the manufacturing industry and in the craft industry to calculate at least an hourly rate that is relative to their daily cost, to their expenses, and what is needed for them to make sure that they don't work for free. Right, so if we go through that, the first part of it, the first 4 questions, is got to do with the actual hours, it's time. The second 4 questions has got to do with finance, and then the last bit there, which is not relevant to the crafts industry but is relevant to the embroidery industry, has got to do with your machine's ability to do your digitizing, to do your embroidery for you. Right, so let me take you then through the process. If we're going to start off, I said there's 9 questions in total. The first 4, time-wise. The first question is the number of hours per day that you're willing to spend in this industry. Now, I know there's 24 hours a day and we're not supposed to work 24 hours a day. Let's go down and say we would like to work 8 hours a day. And then the numbers of days in a week, although there's 7, let's take it down to 5 and see if we can fit in a 5-day week. Number of weeks in a month is 4.3 under normal circumstances. So let's take the 3.3 out of the equation and just put 4 in. And then we go for the number of months in a year. And you need to take leave, so let's take it to 11. So I've got 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, 4 weeks in a month, 11 months in a year. And I say, please give me my calculated total sellable hours for a 12-month period. And I just say calculate, and it comes back and it says to me that I can sell 1,320 hours in a year. Right, now let's move over to the finance. In finance, I'm going to ask the question, annual salary that I would like to expect, depending on where you are. Let's say South Africa base, I'm going to go and ask for 4,000 Rand a month, so that's 48,000 Rand a year. My direct cost per year, that is cost that is directly related to my industry. So it will be my in the embroidery industry, it will be my cotton, needles, stabilizer, and all those bits and pieces. So that I can go and, for argument's sake, let's say 60,000 Rand a year, that's about 5,000 in a month. And then my overhead cost, or my cost of living, that will be anything except my salary that I need to do. Bond, rent, premises, wages, water and lights, telephone account, all that together. In other words, it's the cost that whether you do business or not do business, you should have that expense, and that expense should basically be still very close to what it is, whether you do or whether you don't do business. Right, so let's go there and we can put there another 60,000 there. 1, 2, 3, and that's fine. And then let's ask, and it wants us to know how much profit do I want to make on my job. because I'm covering salary, I'm covering my overhead expenses, I'm covering my direct cost, and I'm going to say I would like to make 2,000 Rand a month, so therefore it's 24,000. I'm going to go and say that's my total cost there. So calculate, and it comes back and it gives me an hourly rate based on the information that I've given it, based on the time that I'm prepared to work for in a year. My total annual cost, salary, direct cost, overheads, and as well as profit will be 192,000 Rand a year. Based on my hours, that brings my hourly rate down to 145.45 per hour. If you are a dressmaker, or if you are a person in the craft industry, and if you're a quilter at this stage, because there's certain things that we still want to include for the quilters, but at this stage the program will then say you should not charge less than 145 Rand 45 cents per hour for anything that's got to do with labor. Right. If you then have an embroidery machine and you want to do embroidery, let's go and look at the embroidery side. And based on the embroidery side, the speed of your machine, which you basically get in your machine's manual, I'm going to go for a domestic machine, so that's 650 stitches per minute. I'm going to say calculate rate, and it'll come back to me and tell me that my embroidery for the machine that I have, based on the information that I provide, I should charge 4 Rand and 97 cents per 1,000 stitches, and my digitizing cost should basically be 20 Rand and 20 cents per 1,000 stitches. So my digitizing rate based on this should be 20 Rand 20 cents, and my embroidery rate should be 4 Rand 97. And that's again based on the information that's available, and the hourly rate for the example that we've used is 145.45. Now, if you need more information about that, and I'm fairly sure you do, we also have the price for profit pricing structure that can calculate all your prices for you. If you need to sew a garment together, if you do need to do a wedding dress and all that, that is part of the program. I'm going to basically ask you to sign up. On the right hand side of this, there's a little form there. It asks you for your email address, it asks you for your name. Please sign that. The system will take you through, send you a confirmation email that you need to confirm to be on our mailing list, so that we can keep you up to date with what's going on and send you some good hints and tips. The other part that's important, it will also take you over, and you can go and have a look on the two products that we've got. The one is the price for profit software only, which is the P4 calculator, plus the price for profit estimator and invoicing system. The other part is our home study course that we provide, which is a 6-month course that includes the software, it includes a website, and it includes a lot of training that takes you through the basics of starting up an embroidery or sewing business in order for you to create a profitable, don't want to say hobby, but a profitable, enjoyable career in the dressmaking as well as the embroidery and digitizing industry. Thank you for spending time with me. Before you do anything else now, please go and put your name and your email address into the little block on the right hand side and press the submit button, and you'll be taken over to all the information about both these products, both the software as well as the home study course. And I will see you on the other side. Thank you very much.